Hello. It has been a hot minute since I have made a video, so I thought it would be a good idea to get on and give some good tips. Show off my cute little necklace I got on Etsy. Okay, so we just came back from Disneyland during the Christmas season and during the hot time of the Christmas season. We were there from December 19th, like the days that we were actually in the park were the 19th through the 22nd of December. So I want to give you some tips and tricks on what we did to try and help with that. I don't recommend waiting such a short time as us. I think we booked it Black Friday. And the good thing about booking it Black Friday was there was a Black Friday deal we booked through Getaway Today. And that was actually a really good cheap deal. But the timing, because a lot of hotels were taken. A lot of places were booked up, so it kind of made it tricky. Finding flights that were decent flights was tricky, so I don't recommend waiting until that time and then booking it for that time. I do recommend you can book a package deal with Getaway Today Black Friday for like a year, I believe. So either way, it was still worth it. But we booked our hotel and our tickets through Getaway Today, and then we got flights. What was left was Frontier. We haven't flown with Frontier in a long time, and there are some caveats to flying with Frontier. It's a lot like flying with Spirit. They are very strict. They have cheap flights, but they will gouge you with their picking seats and your luggage. So you get one personal item. So I'm gonna tell you what we did, because I was like, I want to do this trip as cheap as we can so that we're spending our money on like souvenirs and that sort of thing. But we didn't have a lot of luggage space, so it kind of made it tricky. So I will include the links below for the luggage size of our personal item that we brought, and then the clothing shrink wrapper that we also have that helped shrink all of our clothes down. So they have a very specific bag size that if you don't fit that bag size, you will get charged on the spot. It's like $75 each way. And they will count it as a carry-on instead of your personal item. Most of the time, personal items, they put on their website, think children's backpack, like small, like a purse. We found a luggage online that's the exact sizes, and it's not necessarily this way that you're worried about, it's this way, because if it's expandable, then it doesn't fit, and they have these little metal things that if your luggage doesn't fit, you're getting charged. So what we did to make sure ours was the right width, which I think it's like 8 inches. This is how crazy and cheap we were. So we're like, we want to go. We wanted to spend, this was our kind of our like last big Christmas. Next year, we're probably going to go to New Zealand. And then my son will have graduated from high school and be gone. So this was like our last chance to do something fun as a family for Christmas. Kind of use our Christmas, like instead of doing gifts, do this instead. So what we did, because we were there for 6 days. And 6 days, and you know I'm going to buy clothes. So I only brought like 3 shirts and like 2 pairs of pants. And then I had of course I brought my gingerbread, because I Disney bound as a gingerbread cookie one day. So I had a gingerbread dress, but it was tight. It was very tight, but I used the shrink wrapping. And as you shrink wrap, pro tip, as you are sucking all the air out to shrink your clothing and squish it into this tiny space, squish it into a block so that it's a rectangle. Like suck it out and then squish it so that it's an actual square space and fits in. I didn't put any ears in the shrink wrap. It was more just clothing. I had one jacket, which I wore onto the plane. I did have a fanny pack, which I put inside my jacket as I got on the plane because I was scared they were going to be like, that's your personal item. But I needed a fanny pack because I needed it for like my cell phone and my medications and that sort of thing. So I'm sure they would count that as a personal item. And I probably, if they'd caught me, I would have had to stuff it inside my luggage as well. So I squished it and left enough space for ears because my other option was to just wear them on the plane, which I was totally willing to do so because I was like, oh my God. We did buy beforehand. It's when you're there at the airport, it costs more money. I should probably make this a completely separate video. But we paid for a checked bag because it was cheaper to buy it in advance, because the room that we stayed in didn't have a sofa pull-out bed, and my large teenage children can't sleep in the same bed together. They could, but they'd kill each other. So we always bring an inflatable bed, a twin bed if they don't have one. So that took up half of our checked bag. And then my husband used kind of the top half for his and that sort of thing. So we made it work, but here were the downsides. It did fit. 100% fit underneath the chairs in front of us on the plane. I was impressed by that because I thought there's no way this is going to fit, because I'm used to other ones where, you know how you have like your carry-on roller luggage and then there's like a small one inside. My kids usually have that and they slide that under, and I'm like, that's really tight. This wasn't that tight. It wasn't bad. So I'm wondering if the space underneath the chairs on Frontier are a little bit bigger to accommodate that. The worst part of it, other than wrinkly clothes, was it wasn't on wheels. And so Frontier is very far away in both airports, LAX and in Salt Lake City. And so my kids, they're teenagers, so I mean, they're strong kids, but it was heavy. Our bags were heavy and it was rough because you were like sling it on your shoulder because it's not on wheels. I have seen some luggage that you can use with them that's the right size and it is on wheels, and then you like pop off the wheels and pop off the handle and then slide it in and it fits. I think the benefit of having the bags that we used is, one, they were like $10 and they were more flexible. So it made it a little bit like, okay, if I need to like smush it in, as opposed to like a carry-on bag that it's like a actual luggage that's the plastic kind, there's not a lot of wiggle room there. I was throwing that out there. We did end up paying for a carry-on item coming back because my daughter bought a droid. And so that was like her personal item. And then she stuck that underneath the chair, and then we put her luggage up above. I was surprised that it was a little bit nicer. I don't think they give you any snacks. They will give you water. So you can pay for food, you can pay for drinks, but otherwise they'll just give you like a cup of ice water. And it's an hour-and-a-half flight. And I brought my own water. I brought my own snacks. And that's another thing that we always do, and that was helpful to have other, like a actual luggage space, because we all bring like a Ziploc bag of snacks that we take into the park, and it never gets eaten. I don't know why I do it. It gets eaten a little bit. We're not good about breakfast, so like that's kind of what we have for breakfast also, is the snacks that we've brought. But they just eat a crap load of churros and Dole Whips, so I don't know why I even spend the time doing it. But I guess I should just pack less. There's 4 of us. Everybody has a gallon-size Ziploc of just snacks. And I always go home with at least 2 gallon-size Ziplocs full of snacks. So it's stupid. But it's good because we skip breakfast pretty much. Like we just have like a granola bar or a protein bar. My husband has a protein shake. And sometimes what we did this time, we just walked around the corner and got like fruits and vegetables, and just not vegetables. We're not eating a veggie on this trip. We should, but we're not going to. But like apples and bananas and that sort of thing. So we eat that. Like that's like our breakfast, so that we're not worrying about trying to eat when we get to the park, or we don't want to waste that time. So Frontier was good. It was really cute because all the little stewardesses were wearing like Christmas decorations and like hats with, I don't know, with lights on, and like just really cute like earrings and necklaces that were all lit up, and they were super sweet. And I'm sure it's hard for them, like it's hard to be working right before Christmas, but they were so kind, and I thought they were really nice. But I will say, like, I was stressed trying to figure out how to make sure that my luggage would fit. And they do have the little container there so you can check it. And you have the personal item they check and the carry-on item they check. So make sure they're the right size. But I do recommend, if you're going to have any kind of a carry-on or a checked bag, weigh it. Because that's what will hit you as well, is the weight. Like, I was worried that our checked bag would be over because of the stupid inflatable bed. But it wasn't. We were like 2.5 pounds shy. This is the kind of people we are. Just barely making it. That's how we do it. Just barely making it. And so we did it. We got there and back, and it was a cheap flight. So I'm just saying, it was a cheap flight. Will I ever do it again? I don't know. It was stressful. It's stressful. And we kind of looked, I mean, we could have taken the time to iron our clothes, but we're not going to iron our clothes. We are waking up at like 6:30, 7 a.m. and getting back to the hotel at 1 a.m. Like, we're not going to take the time to iron our clothes. So if you're like cool with just like having a little bit of a wrinkle here or there, and like we tried to flatten it out, and I tried to put like, you know, like socks. Oh, that was another thing. Undo the socks. That was the pro tip. Instead of having the socks all rolled up and sticking them in the thing, unroll them so they're flat. And that's what honestly saved us, to make sure that it was, I think it's 8 inches wide. Unroll your socks, lay them flat. Hopefully that helps you if you're trying to fly Frontier. Shrink wrap your clothes, get the right size bag, and just know your shoulder's going to hurt. But it could work. And bring your own snacks. That's not a big deal. Okay, I'm going to start over because obviously I need to do the Frontier and all the other things.